The purpose of research is decision making. You don't just make research and keep your results somewhere. The essence of research is to make decisions. So knowing this concept will really help us in our research process. Hello everyone, my name is Fidelis Obani and I'm a researcher at CSEA as the Center for the Study of the Economies of Africa. And today we'll be talking about a concept which is cognitive bias. Cognitive bias, in the simple term, means drawing conclusion before you start. More broadly, it's a kind of systematic deviation in thinking, which often leads to irrational judgment. And it affects our daily decisions, both in research, in management, and all spheres of field. Specifically in research, it often leads to skewed results, which I can call error in judgment. There are several types of cognitive bias in the field of psychology, social sciences, etc. We have confirmation bias, we have bandwagon bias, we have hindsight bias, we have observers bias, etc. For the confirmation bias, it is rooted in past experience. This is a kind of bias that we often fall into when we have a certain level of experience about a particular concept or a topic, which often drives or influence our decisions or our judgment about such topic. For example, if I say I want to study the impact of the recent subsidy removal on Nigerian populace based on gender, because I believe or I have experienced that in Nigeria, more men drive cars in Nigeria than women, I may say this subsidy removal will have influence on men than women without carrying out a kind of evidence-based study, without collecting data, because I believe that men drive cars more than women. It's a kind of level of experience that I have. A judgment that is not based on evidence. No data backing it up, but based on my observation that, okay, more men drive car more than women in Nigeria, then I conclude that subsidy removal will have more economic impact, that is negatively, on men than women. It's a kind of confirmation bias. The purpose of research is decision making. You don't just make research and keep your results somewhere. Knowing this concept that there's something called cognitive bias will really help us in our research process, from research design to formulation of hypotheses to execution of the project, data collection, participant selection, etc. Cognitive bias will really help us to understand that we need evidence before we can embark on any study. And this will definitely help our results, make it more rational, and help in decision making. Knowing this concept is the first thing, that there's something called cognitive bias. Although majority suffer from this, we should be open-minded as researchers whenever we are conducting any study. Gather information, ensure your study is relied or structured on evidence. So that will really help us to avoid cognitive bias in our study or our research exercise.